This is the second small group discussion with J. Krishnamurti in Madras, 1985.
I would like to ask you a question. Instead of you asking me a question, I would like to ask you a question. Or would you like to go on with what we were talking about yesterday morning?
You can ask.
Huh?
You can ask us a question.
Sir, before we go ahead, I want to, with your kind permission, I want to make a submission.
What's that?
I want to make a submission with your permission.
I submit too.
Thank you very much. Sir, it seems to me, I may of course be altogether wrong, but I feel that you do not listen to us at all.
I don't listen to you at all.
Yes, sir.
Good problem,
Because
that's right,
you see,
sir.
the moment any one of us opens his or her lips, you put your hand on the forehead like this,
Because, yes.
and this gesture of impatience
All right,
is extremely unnerving.
All right, I won't make that gesture anymore.
Thank you very much. And
You're quite right, sir.
and one just a minute. You see, sir, some of us may not be able to put across things so well.
I understand, sir.
So some of us may be dull. We don't understand. If we really understood, perhaps we would not be here at all.
Quite right, sir.
So, I want to pose this question. Is it possible for K to be really patient, not to be impatient with us?
Right, sir, I will.
Thank you.
Thank you for reminding me, sir. Sir, thank you for reminding me.
Thank you, sir.
I will ask, if I may submit, are we wasting our lives? That's a very serious question which we should go into, with your permission. I submit this. Is it all right to joke?
It's all right either way, sir. You see, that's the way.
I would like to ask, as I said, are we wasting our life? What do we mean by wasting our life?
So could it be using more energy than what is necessary to do something? Going about things in a long way, waste of energy to some extent.
Sir, what does it mean to waste one's life? We have only this extraordinary life, right? From the time we are born till we die. And we do all kinds of things during those long period of life. We are educated, we have jobs, we marry, sex, children. And we go through all this day after day, month after month, and die at the end of it. Miserable, unhappy, feeling that you are being pulled away from one's family and so on. Taking all that into consideration, are we wasting our life? You do yoga, you teach yoga, or therapy of different kinds. We are burdened with many, many, many theories, ideals, and we're always in conflict. Right, sir? Always. Now, is not all that a waste of life? I'm just asking, I'm submitting most humbly.
Sir, isn't it true that you can talk about wasting life, I'm just again exploring this, only with reference to something that you consider to be good use of the life that is given to you?
I'm not asking what is good and what is waste. I'm just asking, sir, your life, your own life. Now, I'm not being personal, sir.
No, I understand.
Is your life being wasted? Not that you must not waste it, or that if you waste it, you could have a better life and so on. But are we wasting our life? We have to go to the office, we have to earn livelihood, we have to have children, their education. The whole tremendous turmoil of life. You understand? I'm not saying it's good or bad, and if we do not waste it, what is there beyond it, and so on. But I'm just asking, do we waste our life?
It does look like it's times when you really think that the whole...
You're saying, or you, sir, that when we see this, actually realize it, we see that we are wasting our life. Are you saying that?
Yes.
I'm asking others. I don't know what the others will say.
I don't know, sir. I want to go into what it means to waste.
That's right, sir. Discuss with me. Let's have a dialogue about it. Don't say at the end of it, I'm trying to understand you. We are trying to understand each other. What do I mean by waste? Right, sir? May I reply to it? Yes. And then will you be satisfied with it? Or will we question and tear it to pieces, which was shown?
Yes.
I wouldn't like to ask that question immediately. Because then I'll say it and they'll say, quite right, and we'll get on with it.
So that's why, that's why, sir, I offered one.
Come over here, sir. You're too much in the corner. You're a big man.
No, I started exploring that question. That to most of us, waste implies, whether you put it that way or not, it implies something undesirable.
I don't say that.
No, but that's the way we receive
All right,
it.
all right, all right. Is our life what it should be?
Then what should our life be? That's the next question.
I'm not saying that, no.
What is it being wasted? When we don't understand the word life, for example, if you say...
Sir, life, all right, let's examine what is life, right?
Yes, sir.
As we are speaking in English, not in Tamil, Telugu or Hindi, both of us are educated in English language. We learn that in the school, college, university, or in a business, in a factory. We learn. So we learn to speak English badly, correctly, or precisely. And after earning after passing some exams, getting some degrees, you try to get a job. Before you get a job or during attempting to get out, you get married. Or before or after. Then sex, children. Then you have a job that is not always pleasant. Something you really don't love to do. In modern world, that's not possible anymore. Right, sir? Right, sir?
Yes, sir.
There is nothing as occupation that you really love with your heart. You are forced by circumstances to accept any job that is available. Either if you train yourself as an engineer, scientist, monk, and so on. But there is not that sense of real loving something to do. Right? Then wife, children, job, 9 to 5, either in a factory or in some other thing, 9 to 5. You go through all the travail of life, that is, you quarrel, there's conflict, there's misery, unhappiness, trying to be good, avoiding bad, fighting, quarreling, one's own conflict, there's fear, pleasure, right? Grief, sorrow, and after living like this, constantly in conflict, we end up in the grave or in the crematorium. Which would you prefer, grave or the crematorium?
Crematorium.
Is it all right, sir? May I joke a little bit?
Sure.
And this is what we consider life, right? Aspiration. What is God? Reading so-called religious books with their theories, with their how you should live and so on. So our life is this, right? Now I'm asking, is all this worthwhile? You have to, unfortunately, in a country like this, in America, overpopulation, especially in this country, for one job probably 10,000 people or 3,000 people. If you go to IIT, then you are sent abroad and you become a great man. So is all this, I ask myself, I'm not asking you, I ask myself, though I haven't been through all this, some part of it I have, is it worth all this? Right? Would you kindly answer, is it worth all this?
It is not worthwhile, sir. I asked this question and the answer is, it's not worthwhile.
Then what do we do about it?
You,
Krishnaji, I wouldn't like to take this answer straight away, Krishnaji. Because there are times when I look at my life and I believe that it's worthwhile.
What? Louder, sir. Much louder. They've asked me to put it up there.
Yes.
So you also kindly speak louder for me, submit.
Krishnaji, when you asked this question, is my life worthwhile?
No, sir. I didn't ask that. I've described the whole of our existence, which we call life.
Yes, sir.
Never having beauty. I won't go into the question of beauty. Never being saying enough. Right? Never looking at the moon and the stars and the heavens and the extraordinary immensity of life. Not only my life, but the life of trees, the animals, the rivers, the waters, the ocean, the whole universe of existence. And we reduce our life to such a narrow, little, shoddy, shallow life. I ask myself, what am I doing and is it worth it? Knowing I have to have money. I have to have some occupation. Whether you are a great engineer or a shady politician, I'm sorry, or some big businessman. I'm asking myself, is all this worthwhile? Must I go through all this? Is this inevitable? Is this what the society is making me? You understand my question?
Yes.
So I ask you, would you kindly, if I submit, that you ask this question of yourself?
Yes, sir.
Meditate, search God, go to temples, shave your head, repeat mantras, puja, the whole monotony and the boredom of life. Unless you are, of course, on the top of writing a good thriller, getting a lot of money, and when you die you say, by Jove, what a jolly life I had. Right, sir? So I'm just asking this question. Right, sir? Take the whole of it, not just part of it.
So I'm trying to look at how I look at this question, and when I look at various aspects of life, I look at it in the first place as a part of it. I see times when it felt good, times when it didn't feel good, and so I'm saying I'm saying in the first place I can't look at it the way I'm looking now. I can't look at it as a whole, which you said. Look at the whole of it. It's coming in parts, in sequences.
I'm not, sorry if I may interrupt, I'm not asking you to look the whole of it. But this is the framework in which we live. That's all.
But are these things not external activities, and apart from that, is there not do we not feel separate from the thing? They are all, okay, I do go to the office, I do many things, but then that's not what exactly, that is some inevitable part of it. But apart from that, there is something different, isn't it?
There is
and that is what
different.
Everybody feels, whether he is happy or not happy, is
there is
feeling.
There is something different. But I don't know, maybe.
So, but it is also true that in all societies, or certainly in our society where we live, this question is asked, at least I have asked it, and usually some answers are found, some meaning is found in we've discussed this several times, I don't have to go into details, either social work or religion or something. People try to find meaning in something else, knowing the shoddiness of the everyday life. I don't think any sane, educated person will really deny that this grind is most unsatisfactory. But this is the way.
I'm saying this is our life.
I agree. But most of us, if you'll pardon the ugly expression, are stuck at this point.
Occasional joy, enjoying the beauty of a sunset, looking at a beautiful tree or a woman or a man, or the lovely child across the road. It is all this our life, right, sir? All of it, not just sections.
So would it be all right to ask ourselves as to when do we actually question ourselves this?
I'm asking you, that's what I'm asking you, sir.
No, there are only certain situations which, when you really feel, what is this I have done, and what is this life, and such questions, have I wasted my life?
I'm asking you, sir, if I may, if we ask that question of ourselves seriously, I want to find out if I'm wasting my life. Wasting in the sense, going through all this, day after day, right? Repeating mantras, repeating prayers, and all the rest of it. I don't have to describe all this. And I know I have to have money, food and clothes. There is the biological urges, sex and all the rest of it. And also inwardly, we are rather shoddy, confused and disorderly, pretending to be something we are not. All that, the whole of that is our life. Whether you are big politician, power, position, is still part of that. Now I'm asking myself, I'm asking you, if I may submit. Maybe we forget that word.
Yes, please.
I'm being funny, sir.
I see the word hearted in sir.
What?
This is impressed. This is imprinted in you, sir.
Oh yes, include all that. And at the end of it I ask, perhaps you will also kindly ask, what part of it is worth it, what part is not worth it? Is there anything really deeply worth in all this? Knowing I have to do certain obvious physical necessity, food, clothes, perhaps sex, and so on. I'm asking you, please discuss it with me.
So I'd like to go into the very way I look at this first, at anything, whether it's life or any other issue. What is my way of looking at something? I'd like to discuss this question of to look at.
Do I look at the description which the speaker has put before you, the description, or the reality apart from the description? The reality being the way we live, not the description of the way we live. Right, sir? Andiamo. That's Italian, sorry. Yes, sir.
May I attempt answering, or only the panel that can answer? Can others talk to? Yes, sir. May I wonder if, can I say, the right to waste your life lies with you?
What, sir? I don't know.
Can I say the right to waste my life lies with me?
Right.
Of course.
That's all. So the question does not arise, is it a waste? I'm sorry, I'll come back again.
May I say something? You have not been invited. You have come for the first time. May I request you not to participate in this discussion?
Sorry,
we requested you in the beginning. You are not being courteous. Please do not participate.
I'm sorry, that's why I asked first.
What are you trying? Be simple. What is you trying to say, sir?
Saying the choice is mine whether to waste it or not.
Is it?
I have a right.
I have a right.
He says I
I don't know if the choice is mine or whether it's
This is a choice. What do
right.
you?
Right is the word you used.
The right.
I have the right to waste or not to waste.
And all right, waste it. You have a right to go, leave the room anytime you want to. Nobody is asking you to locking all the doors. And you can get up and leave when you want to. But I'm just proposing this, that this is a very serious question. Terribly serious question. At least for, if you're going to the whole question of what is living, what is death, and what is and so on. One should ask this question naturally. Right, sir? Now you please discuss with me.
So you said, how can we better understand this, the description which you have made of the framework of life? How can we better understand this?
So, anything you like, sir.
Sir, along one's life, one does ask these questions.
What, sir?
As you go along living, one does ask this question, is it not a waste? But the immediate answer is, it's inevitable.
It is inevitable.
That's how I answer myself, and then I carry on.
What do you mean inevitable? It has to be that way, you mean?
Right, I have tried this way, that way, I have seen these people, and it seems to be the same for everybody. So if it is a waste,
so you choose, yes sir, you choose to be an engineer, I choose to be a scientist, you choose to be a businessman, I chooses to become a sannyasi. What? But it's the whole of this.
Correct. It's not satisfactory, but I say it's inevitable. Life is unsatisfactory, and I carry on.
All right, then you have no problem. It's not you don't even ask then.
No, sir, when I say it is inevitable, the attempt doesn't stop.
What? Inquiry stops.
Doesn't stop.
So that's it. The inquiry stops, but life continues.
When you say it's inevitable, like death, that's one thing that's certain for all of us. Sorry, and before I die, I want to know, I look back on my life, and I say, has it been worth all this? You must ask this question, surely.
Krishnaji, I'm not certain that we take our lives that seriously ourselves.
What's our
I'm not very certain that we take our own lives that seriously.
Then don't.
So can we go into this question?
Find out why you don't take it all seriously.
So by waste, you said it means, monotony, the boredom of everyday living.
Yes, sir.
That's the waste. So as I understand it, it is self-interest. You see, as I understand it, self-interest causes this boredom, eternal preoccupation with oneself. That causes all this boredom and waste.
So he says eternal self-interest.
Self-interest
seems to cause all this boredom.
Causes this boredom.
All this is self-interest.
All this is self-interest.
Yeah, all right. So, I ask myself, is this self-interest worth it?
It's not worth it. Not
Then
at all.
How to? Yeah, this is too quick.
You see, there is all that boredom and self and perception or awareness that you talk about. All right, forget it. Self-interest and awareness are mutually exclusive. That's how I understand it.
Sir, as I said,
you didn't say it, I am saying it.
That's what you said. I understand what you said. We are two friends. We are talking over this. We are questioning, you and I. Is all this, has it any meaning? Has it, or I have given to this turmoil a different meaning? Right? So I'm asking, is all this, has any significance except...
I have given it a different meaning. What meaning?
You say, I have given it a different meaning.
Yes.
What
sir.
meaning?
If I may request. Life may have no meaning at all. I don't know. But I want to have a meaning to life. So I invent something. I invent there is God, I must pursue the, etc., etc. So they all may be inventions.
They are inventions. We have been through it, sir. We have been.
I know I've been through it. But I'm just asking, sir, you know what a dialogue is, sir? A conversation between two friends. Not argument, a conversation, back and forth.
Right.
You ask me and I ask you. We don't make a categorical statement. You say, look, let's say you are there, I'm here, and let's talk about all this. And I'm asking, as a friend of yours, if you don't want a friend, throw him out. As a friend of yours, I say, old chap, is all this struggle, this turmoil, what's happening in the world, the politicians, the treachery, the terrorism, take all that in. Is all that worth it? Is there a depth to all this? You understand? Yes.
As a friend, I reply, there is no depth to it. It is
So
superficial.
you say to me, there is no depth in our life.
No.
So is that so, or just a statement? You understand?
It is so.
It is so. Do you agree to that?
Yes, sir.
I don't know, sir. I would like to, sir. I would like to question this, sir.
Question him, sir, not me.
So the superficiality is just an idea. We don't feel it that deeply. So because we are all the time seeking fulfillment in something. Therefore, we don't even ask the question whether we are wasting our life.
All right, don't ask that question. Put it the other way.
And the problem
Is there any depth? Any substance, any reality or something that is deeply true in our life? You can put it 10 different ways, right, sir?
Sir, I think we do hold on to a fond belief that our lives are worthwhile.
What's that? Louder.
So we seem to hold on to this belief or this maybe an illusion that there is something in our life that does make sense.
What is that? As a friend, I'm asking.
Yes, sir.
What is that, sir?
There are moments when we experience what we call beauty. There are moments when we experience what we call love or what we call joy, and we do seem to have a meaning to life. There are also moments when we encounter life and we say it does not have meaning. We seem to ask this question, is my life worth it, only when we encounter the other.
In his home?
When we encounter these difficulties in life or these setbacks or hurts,
right,
we don't ask the question at other times at all.
As far as I understand what you're saying, is occasionally, rarely, we have this feeling.
Yes.
Depth, joy, right? And that joy and feeling surrounded by great turmoil. All right, what of it? You understand my question, sir?
Yes, sir.
I have occasional experience of something worthwhile. It may be illusory, but most of my life is empty, right?
Yes, sir.
That's all I am saying, sir. So what shall we do? What shall I tell me? Discuss with me. What shall I do? I'm asking you, as a friend, you've known me some time, and I ask you, say please, my life is so empty. What am I to do about it? Is there anything that will give me a sense of tremendous strength, quietness, vitality? You understand?
Yes.
Depth.
So at the moment, I only know what doesn't give me that depth.
All right, what doesn't tell me?
Choosing an object of satisfaction of any kind, either in a career or in religion or in social work or in family, sex, the works, that does not give you the sense of depth.
So you are saying, as long as it gives you deep satisfaction, then you're not dissatisfied.
Yes, sir.
No.
No.
I'm not trying to be impatient. Are you saying, sir, I'm asking, I'm not saying you are, that something that will give you deep satisfaction, and that satisfaction, contentment, a sense of deep gratification, is that what you call depth?
Krishnaji, could I add to Mr. Ramchandra's question?
Ask him, sir.
It seems to me from my life that there is, to a certain extent, a feeling of satisfaction through whatever I experience. Whatever dissatisfaction there is not deep enough or persistent enough for me to really question any of this. So I make do with my life as it is.
You haven't answered my question, sir. I'm asking you, I find my life very shallow. Right? I find my life, all this living, almost meaningless. And I come to you as a friend and say, is there anything which is not so utterly shoddy, shallow? That's all. It's a very simple question.
Krishnaji, my difficulty is this, Krishnaji. I don't think when you make the statement, my life is shoddy or my life is
I'm saying
shallow.
my life, sir, not your life. Don't try to translate what I mean. I mean, is it shallow? Going to the temple is very shallow.
I don't go there.
Becoming a monk is rather very superficial. Going to a job every day for the next 50 years is utterly boring. But I have a responsibility. My wife is crying, lack of food, lack of this and that, no better clothes and all the rest of it. So I have to earn land. I have to educate my children. And I see all that I have to do. Part of it is a biological urge, sex and all the rest of it. And the rest is a responsibility which I have undertaken by marrying, or not marrying but living with a girl, which is now fashion in the world. And I see all that I think also is rather shallow. My theories, my gods, all that I feel my God is all such empty shell. That's all I say. And then I come to you and say all this.
The answer is I don't know. I understand you.
Sir,
I feel the same.
You feel the same.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Wait. You feel the same.
Yes.
Right?
So,
at last we are all together. Now what shall we do?
Yeah, that is the point. Sir, you see, we, I think, went through this also. We can't do anything about it. Anything that we do complicates the matter.
I can't leave it like that, sir.
I can't leave it like that, that's right.
I don't say I can't do anything about it.
Because the entity that is trying to do...
No, I want to find out.
Yeah.
I don't start by saying I can't do anything about it.
No, we don't.
I want to find out from you, as friends.
Yes.
I say, look, I'm an empty shell.
It is.
I have money in the bank, or I have a nice wife, or the wife has jewels, and God knows what else. And all that is so empty. Because etc., right? Mm-hmm. If you and I, see the point that our life is rather empty, shallow, what shall we do? What's the next thing to do? Because what we do, the first step, what to do, matters.
Yes.
Right?
So let's
just
wait.
Repeat it, sir. Repeat.
I'll repeat it, sir. I realize my life is shallow. Not words, the actuality. Then I say, what am I to do? And I realize the first step matters enormously. What to do? Right? The first step may be the last step. I don't agree.
No, I'm not agreeing. You see, it is so. It is very important.
So the first step matters enormously. Right?
I don't know, sir.
Wait, sir. You don't know. Let me explain.
I don't know the first step, so how do
I
know
don't.
that?
I don't know either. I'm just saying, you've gone ahead of me. I'm just saying, sir, I don't know what to do because, right? Whatever I do will be shadow.
Right.
Right? So, what I must do or what I have to do matters enormously.
Yes. Yes.
Which is the first step.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. QED.
Why should we?
Why are you all so dull?
You're trying to be very clever.
Forgive me. I submit.
We are moving with you, sir.
Sir, I'm
today.
coming. So what is my first step? You discuss with me, sir. Knowing the first step is enormously important.
Also knowing that whatever I try to do is shallow.
No, wait, I'm not, you've gone ahead of me.
All right. When will we go ahead?
Go slowly, sir.
It's too slowly.
I say to myself, what am I to do? And I also realize very seriously, the first step may be the most extraordinarily important thing. Now, who has created this shallowness? You understand? You've said to me, it's inevitable. You've said, I have to go through all this. I said, all right, but who is responsible for making this such an empty, meaningless existence? You understand? I'm married, I have business, why have I feel at the end of it, or middle of it, or the beginning of it? It's also meaningless, empty. Right? Who has said this? Careful, careful, don't. The first step matters.
Sir, it is I feel isolated, my loneliness. So we went into that. Has it not this sense of loneliness, sense of separation, that is responsible for it? I try to move away from that loneliness.
I'm not moving away from anything, sir. Mm-hmm.
You said what has caused this? What has caused this?
Sir,
it is shallow.
You're already saying something. You're not helping me. You're not helping. You're not showing me what to do.
I don't know.
First, say I don't know.
I don't know.
Then keep quiet.
Right.
I don't know. But we're together going to find out. So I say to myself, who is responsible for all this mess and all? You follow? Yes. Knowing I'm very careful, the first step matters, therefore my thinking must be correct.
I am responsible.
You are responsible. Who are you?
That is the most illusory part.
Huh?
That's the most illusory. For example, I like to explain here because, say, I dream. When I dream, I think that I am that. And out of the dream, I come out and I think that is all illusion. So when I feel that I am responsible for it, I am not able to trace what is that I.
I don't dream at all. What will you do with that?
That is totally, not perceivable by me.
Sir, please stick to something. Don't bring in dreams. If you don't mind, I am asking myself, as you, why has this happened? Right?
Yes.
Why has, I've done, prayed, and I've been to temples, I've read books, for all the rest of it. At the end of it all, it's all still so empty. Mm-hmm. And I say, what has brought this about?
So it's a combination of history, my upbringing, and then and things I have myself done. It's a combination of all of them.
What is that combination? Who makes the combination?
So I said,
all contribute to it.
Myself.
All the human beings have contributed to it.
Yes, sir. I'm talking, of course. He said myself, as that gentleman said myself. What is your self?
Sir,
that which I think so.
Don't say we are quoting your words, but actually, it has been brought out many times. Self is my memories, my past.
Yes, sir.
All that
said that.
I have thought, all that I have inherited.
So your memory.
Yes, sir.
No.
Memory.
No.
No,
sir, only that.
What are you?
I often associate with memory. That is true.
Yes.
Only memory.
Only thoughts.
Yes.
Sir.
They say no.
No, I'm. You said self is only thought.
Memory.
Thought, memory, past.
I associate.
No, I experience myself as a pressure towards these kind of repetitive actions.
That's memory.
That is memory.
My education. My father, my mother.
Yes.
I don't experience my memory as a pressure. I don't experience my memory as an immediate reaction.
It's your memory which tells you that first there was a pleasure, so you do that again.
Pardon?
If you didn't have memory, how do you know that was a pleasurable action and you do that again? You said repetitive.
This is logical.
It's memory which tells you.
But that's not my experience. My experience of myself is just this pressure to act in a certain way, in a certain circumstance.
Only thoughts.
So I don't understand it when you say that thought.
You notice I'm not putting my head, right?
Yeah.
I do it unconsciously. I said I did.
In the very act of saying that you noticed, you did it.
Sir, may I contribute to this?
Yes.
Are you not wholly memory?
Yes.
Sir, I don't
Your
see
brain,
this.
huh?
Sir, I don't see this that I'm wholly memory.
I know, that's our difficulty. I'm going to point out. Our brain, the whole of it, not part of it, is the reservoir for all our experience. Right?
Yes.
Of all the knowledge that we have acquired. Right?
Yes.
And therefore, it is memory. If you have no memory, there is no knowledge.
Yes.
Right? And memory is part of thought. If you had no memory, you couldn't think.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, your whole, the content of your brain is memory.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
You are acknowledged, you see that?
Yes.
And that memory is the past.
Yes.
And without that memory you are not. Then you are just a vegetable.
Yes.
So, memory is gone. It's dead.
Yes.
You are acknowledging?
Yes.
You say yes?
Yes.
Therefore, the next step is you are living in the past which is dead.
I have a question here.
Wait, sir, don't react yet. If I may point out. I am the past, right? The tradition, the education, the culture, the food, the climate, that's all over.
Krishnaji, in this statement, the only thing I can't accept is that I understand that thought is all of this. That thought is the past, the thought is a response to memory, and it is...
you live by thought.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And that thought is limited.
Yes.
Because your memory is limited,
yes.
Knowledge is limited, so on. So, you are that limited memory.
This is where I have a difficulty, Krishnaji.
What is the difficulty, sir?
Because there is a bundle of feelings inside me.
That's part of, I explained. Memory is part of that feeling. You recognize when you have pain.
Yes.
Which is memory.
But the pain is also part of me, and that's not my memory. If I
what
feel something,
mean?
and if I experience something now, Krishnaji, how is that a memory? When you speak to me and I listen.
Sir, when you put a pin in my hair, in my
yes.
leg, nerves to carry and all
yes.
the rest of it, and I say that's pain. This is this is...
Yeah. I do say it is pain, Krishnaji, but isn't there an experience in me that is not held inside this description?
Are you saying... I'm trying to understand what you are saying, sir. Are you asking, is that not an experience?
Yes.
Which is not part of memory?
Yes.
Yes. That's what you are saying?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Answer it, sir.
So you know you had the experience only because you have memory. Otherwise you wouldn't even be able to say that's an experience.
That's only part.
You are referring back.
No, his point is at the time that you are experiencing, even before you call it a pain. If I may paraphrase what you're saying, your question is what is it that is experiencing?
Yes.
Yeah, that's his question.
Yes.
Okay, the memory is granted. We agree that that's what we are so far, up to this moment. Then a pin is stuck in you. What is it that feels?
It's the perception of the brain itself, that's all.
No, I think he's talking about something.
He's not. He's talking about something else, sir. He says there is an experience which is not based on memory.
Yes.
I don't know what you mean by experience.
For example, a mosquito, when it bites now, I am able to see it's a pain. When I am sleeping, when the mosquito bites, I don't see it. So
No,
what
of course
I'm asking
not. I've had several of them.
when I am sleeping, I don't realize. So that the question arises, what exactly is the thing? Say, when you call my name, I am responding. When I am sleeping,
Look, sir,
you
you're
calling
going
my
off
name, I
on
don't
some.
respond.
Forgive me, sir. You're going off on something else.
No, he is saying, sir, is there an experience which is not memory? So if there is such an experience, I don't know it.
No, Raghu, I think the question is, how do you know that it is an experience at all?
That's all. That's the main point. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Now, I could describe something to you just now. I could describe what I feel when I'm sitting. Okay? But even then, isn't there something in me that is conscious of the fact, or there is something in me that is sitting down? I can also explain to you, I can talk to you and tell you that I'm sitting. But that doesn't in any way touch this. And I feel I'm conscious of that something else. Maybe I'm mistaken. Can I go into this?
May I just expand that? Are you saying, therefore, are you postulating a center? That there is
No, I'm not postulating a center.
Or an
What I'm
experiencer?
saying, I'm little afraid of these words.
All right.
Ramchandra.
But then,
Huh?
all right, okay.
I'm saying no because I'm afraid of these words right now.
I think it's plain and simple function of the brain. Why are we trying to say experience, experiencer and all that?
So, and the senses, 5 senses, obviously.
The sense of touch is there, the sense of pain is there.
No,
The brain
says
sense
that's
is
self.
it's
His
a
point is
perception.
that is different from the memory.
Yeah, that's my point.
That is
That's what it is. Yes, that's what it is.
So it is different from memory.
Yes.
That is
Why
my
not?
question.
It's the same thing. I mean, it's both.
Otherwise, it will. What you mean is that total brain is just a part of memory.
No, the other way
Is that
around.
so?
The other way around.
How?
Memory is part of the brain.
Yes.
And brain has certain functions.
So there
No,
is-
and
there is
brain
some
is
more
only
part
a
of the
part
brain
of
which
me.
is not memory.
Brain is not all of me. Is it? This is my question, Krishnaji.
Sir?
Is brain the all of me? There is.
Of course.
Of course. Of course.
I don't
It's a
see
very
this.
Huh?
I don't see this.
That has been proved scientifically. There is no question of seeing.
No, it's science, sir.
That is science. That is neurology pure.
The brain cells define death. The brain, I mean, as I understand. Not science.
No, but the brain can be there without memory also. This is what I want to
Yes, sir. I don't, this is theoretical. Please, sir. He's saying something. He's asking, is there an experience? And he has such experience, otherwise he wouldn't talk about it. Is there such an experience which is not based on memory?
Yes.
Right, sir?
Yes.
That was the question.
I have another question.
No, how do you know that experience, that it was an experience?
What I know is this, Krishnaji, that when I try to...
No, sir, I'm asking a simple question. Please.
I'm trying to answer the same question, Krishnaji.
How do you know that you have had an experience which is not based on memory?
Until that I recognize, I can't put it into
Sir,
recognition is
no,
for memory.
moment you recognize, experience, feel, intuit, and whatever it is still part of the activity of the brain.
Yes, I see that it's an activity of the brain, but how is it an activity of the memory only?
Because you recognize it.
I don't have to recognize it.
No,
There are
then you
it's an
can't have experience, sir.
You said
Probably means without consulting the whole brain, can I perceive something?
How would you say it's an experience?
You see, sir, we can't proceed further. This always happens. unfortunately. I feel my life, not my case life, I'm an ordinary man, and I feel my life is empty, a shell. And I'm asking my friends, please, let's talk about it. Right, sir? Let's discuss with me. And I said to discuss, the first word matters. Right? First word. Because word is a sound. Right? I don't go into all that. So I say, now what am I to do? And it may be, I can't do anything. I've discovered something. Before I try to do something, to fulfill, to fill the empty basket with a lot of rubbish. Now I realize that that's what I've been doing all my life, filling it. Yes. And this filling I thought was rich. But at the end of it I discovered the basket is still empty.
Yes.
Right? Right?
Yes.
So, I mean, maybe that I can't do anything. Not give it up. I won't do any of the other things which I have done. Try to fill it. Right? Right? I won't. You follow, quickly move.
Yes. I can't fill it.
Right. So, what happens?
So I say to myself, I'm not going to fill it.
No.
Just stay with it.
No, sir. Before, I try to fill it with amusement, with sex, with eternal chatter about God, about the various theories, ideas, and so on, so on, so on. I try to fill the emptiness.
So I say, I have nothing to do with it.
No. You see,
All right.
now I realize what I've been doing. Right, sir? Try to fill it. So, any action on my part may be wrong. Right? So I may not do anything. I can't do anything. Which doesn't mean it's inevitable. I wonder.
Yes. It's not.
I can't do anything. Therefore, I'm watching. And you understand, sir?
Yes.
I am watching, which I've never done before. Right? I've been active. Now, I'm watching. Because I don't know what to do, but I'm watching. Now, question me what you mean by watching. So you don't dialogue with and so on. So, I've come to realize that thought itself is empty. Right? I've come to realize, don't say I haven't understood. You're not trying to understand me, I'm trying to. I've come to realize very deeply that thought itself is utterly empty and divisive.
Mechanical too.
Divisive, dividing.
Mechanical too.
Huh?
And mechanical too.
No. Just I'm telling you something. Listen to it, sir, darling sir. Please listen to it. Not that you shouldn't speak. Let the dog bark first before you chase him out. So I realize all my life my activity is based on thought. And thought has made my life empty. Right? And so, I say, watching means watching without the movement of thought. Get it? You got it? I watch that tree without the movement of thought. I watch my wife without a single movement of memory, which is thought. See the importance of it, sir. So I'm asking you, do you realize for yourself, not I am dictating, therefore you accept. Do you realize thought itself is empty? And so when you are watching, you don't know because thought is not entering, right? Or you're just watching. And that watching is, when there is no thought, it is attention, right? I wonder if you capture this. And there's nothing mysterious, so don't let's... I realize thought, though it has done the most extraordinary things in the world, putting a man on the moon, going into the skies in the orbit, the astronauts, the surgeons, they have invented an artificial heart. Thought has done the most amazing things. But the computer is still empty. You have to program it. Right? Who is the computer expert here? Yes, sir. You have to program it, otherwise it's empty. I have been programmed. Right? You remove the program, I'm empty. Be logical, sir. And I have been programmed by thought. I am thought. Right? Because I am memory. There is no me apart from memory. You may not accept this, even though I may say I'm super self, higher consciousness, that the very expression that there is a higher self is the result of the movement of thought. And then I say I must bring the higher self to the lower self. That's also movement of thought, right? And you're caught by the gullibility of somebody who says you must bring that down. Right, sir? So, I discover for myself, not that thought is completely empty, except building a most marvelous mosques, great cathedrals, marvelous temples. Have you seen the very latest aeroplane, fighter American aeroplane? I've seen it. It is the most amazing instrument. Right, sir? So, and also thought has made me what I am. What I am is nothing, because thought is empty. Right, sir? So, I watch. Watching means attention, without the word, without the thought. Amen. Om.
does recording take place when you watch?
No.
Then
Just listen, sir. I'm glad you raised the question. We've got time still. Are we aware, sir, including you, forgive me if I may bring you in, are you aware that the brain is recording all the time? What I am saying is being taped, recorded, which becomes the memory. Now, can you stop recording? Can the brain stop recording? Huh?
The brain will go on recording.
So this, I'm asking, sir, because it's one of them. You can't say it can or it cannot, it must or must not. The recording is our memory, right? Obviously, sir.
I remember something.
That's been recorded. Now you insult me, it's recorded. He flatters me, it's recorded. Now, just listen. Why should insult and flattery be recorded? What's the point of it?
I don't get that.
You understand what I'm...
No, I didn't get that word, sir. What you...
Sir, the brain, one of its functions is to record, because if it doesn't record, it's not secure. I don't want to go into all this. So the brain records. If it doesn't record, I don't know who you are the next day. I won't recognize my wife. I have to be introduced to her each time.
So that recording is all right. I mean,
yes.
That recording is okay.
No, it's not okay. Just look at it, sir. It's the function of the brain to record, because in recording there is security. Huh? Right? Right, sir?
Even for day-to-day functioning, you see that recording...
It must record.
Yeah.
If I'm... So there is the oldest race on earth is the Aborigines of Australia. They are the oldest primitive people on earth. You give them a blanket and something or other this day to keep themselves warm, get up next morning and throw it away. You say there's no recording there. I don't want to go into all this. It doesn't matter. Why should you record an insult or a flattery? What's the point of it?
No, sir, you see that we need not record an insult. I mean, we need not record an insult or flattery, but we record, what your wife is like. What's wrong with that?
What?
You see?
No, he's agreeing. He's saying that some recording is necessary.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So, is it possible not to record insult and flattery? That's simple. I'm taking that purposely.
That's what I do.
You call me a fool and immediately it's recorded. Which and the reaction of the record is to call you are another fool.
When you say the word fool, it is the word, the sound of it has to be recorded. There is no...
Not necessarily, sir. You're all trying to be so...
So this...
He says...
Sir, I...
Wait, sir. He's saying, sir.
Your point is you've got to understand the meaning of it.
Is that why you say
that may create the problem? That may say it's an insult, because in the past I've been taught that being a fool is not good.
No,
but
see.
the sound which comes through the air, if I have a ear,
I
goes and gets recorded.
hear the word fool. Somebody calls me an idiot. I hear the word. The word brings reaction because of memory of idiots.
That is.
And I say, no, I'm not an idiot. You are really an idiot.
So I wasn't talking about that. I was saying it's going to go in the memory. What you said.
The sound of the word has to be heard, of course.
And that is recording.
No.
I mean,
Find out, sir. Find out. Word, you hear the word, I hear the word idiot. And immediately that word reveals what an idiot is, and so on. I say I'm not. You follow?
So is that's what you mean by recording? I follow now.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I
by
can't help hearing the word.
Exactly.
You are not meeting my point, sir. Please, if I may most humbly suggest, please listen to what I said. 2 minutes. The brain's function is to record as a machine like a computer. And in that recording, there is certain security. I record my house. Otherwise, I'd be wandering all over the wife, the word wife, and the meaning behind that word is recorded. So, I am asking, what is the need for recording psychologically at all? I have to record certain facts, like going to the office, business. I'm a carpenter, I have to record it. I'm a gardener, I must recognize various things. But inwardly, psychologically, subjectively, what's the point of recording?
Sir, if you would excuse
I'm putting a question, sir. This recording, psychologically, is the self. Right?
Yes.
That's all. So is there a watching in which there is no recording?
Of only this?
Huh?
Of only this one?
Yes, of course. Not let the past interfere with watching.
No, sir, I mean recording, a watching in which only some things are not recorded, and at the same time some other things are recorded.
Of course.
Yes. In fact, that answered my question.
Just me, I'm answering that gentleman's question. Some things are recorded. Business. How to cycle. How to drive a car. How to drive a letter. Right? Got it?
Yes, yes.
Psychologically, what should I record? What's the point of recording? You're calling me an idiot or flattering me I'm a great talker. It means nothing. Therefore, I don't record when you say I'm an idiot or you flatter me. What's that?
I'm sorry. I have said this to myself, but there is certain helplessness about the recording process going on.
You say it's inevitable.
It looked like it.
It doesn't. You accept these things as though inevitably.
No, sir, I don't accept it, sir. I have a question to ask first.
Yes, sir.
Sir, if in the watching there is no self, pardon me for paraphrasing what you have said.
Yes.
If in the watching there is no thought at all.
Careful, because you must explain the sequence of it.
Yes.
Yeah, all right, you never understood.
Yeah. Now, there is total attention. In the watching, there is no recording of the psychological, the hurt, flattery, but there is recording of how to drive a car.
Yes, you have already recorded. It has
No. But suppose you don't know how to drive a
then
car.
I record.
Then you will record that part. Now, what is it that makes the watching Suppose I don't know how to drive a car today, and I reach, wherever, I reach the stage of watching, I keep watching. Tomorrow morning, somebody teaches me to drive. I learn to drive, but not the flattery when the man says you're driving well.
That's right.
But what is it that makes it possible?
No. You have missed the whole point.
No, sir.
Wait. Hold my hand. First of all, I realize that thought, though it has done the most extraordinary things, thought itself is empty. Right? I'm quite absolutely clear on that point. Thought is divisive. Thought is all the rest of it. Thought is essentially memory. Memory is the past and limited. It has use in the phenomenal world, but no use psychologically. That to me,
agree.
Then the brain must record. And I see how utterly wastage of energy recording psychologically. Because it's again repeating the pattern.
I have a question here, Krishnaji. When I experience...
Sir, you're going back to experience.
No, sir. I'm talking about this question, sir.
Louder, sir.
I'm still speaking about this question of psychological recording. To me, hurt which is psychological is much more hurtful than somebody beating me.
Yes.
To me, the implications of being a fool is much greater than just being beaten by somebody.
Yes, I understand.
So, it matters to me that I keep this in my mind, that somebody has called me a fool.
What?
It seems to matter to me that I protect myself from somebody calling me a fool.
Now, who is it that is getting hurt? You call me a name, I get hurt. What is it that's being hurt?
Can I reframe my question, Krishna?
Huh?
Can I reframe my question? It's not so much the hurt of this person calling me a fool, but the implications of this.
That's I call you something else, and you get hurt. I say you're not a good therapist.
Yes.
You get hurt.
I get worried.
Yes,
I don't get hurt. Okay.
That's part of your worry, part of your hurt. Why should he call me that? Now, who is that is hurt?
So we went into the myself memories.
That's right. He said, sir, this gentleman said, the image of yourself as a therapist. He comes along and says, no, you know nothing about it, I'm better than you, and you get hurt. The image that you have built about yourself as a therapist is being questioned, says, no, you're not, and you get hurt. So the image is hurt. The image is you.
Yes, I see this.
Right.
Sir, this is the beauty of it. You are missing so much because you are not listening. So when you really listen, there is no record. Which means when you give complete attention, you're not recording.
Then you mean to say we can't recall the words? Then we can't recall the words?
No.
Then which means we can't recall the words?
Of course, sir.
He said that physical recording is all right, but psychological recording, that's what he's talking about.
Sir?
That is...
There are certain biological necessities, right? Right? Agree?
Yes, sir.
Not agree. It is so. I have to eat. I know where the kitchen is. That's been recorded the first time I entered from the here to there. Now, and so on. I have to recall all that kind of thing. Agree? Right, sir? Now I'm asking, I've repeated again, is there any need to record psychological reactions? I'm putting it in different words.
Sir, may I ask a question here?
Huh?
Sir, I would like to ask what Mr. Ramchandar asked. Sir, I have a certain skill.
What?
I have a certain skill which I exercise daily, like driving a car. And I feel unless I know that I'm efficient in that work.
God, we went super consciousness, higher consciousness. It is still the movement of thought. That's a fact. So I see thought is the real motive, the actor and the action. And I discover thought itself is very, very limited, except in the technological. There it is infinite. Because from Galileo till now, look what science has achieved. But it's going to achieve much more. Right. Psychologically, the image I have built about myself is the activity of thought. You've beaten me, I remember it. I have had flattery from the highest politician, and I remember it. But she told me this. He told me how marvelous I am. And I said, yes, it's recorded. And you come along, tell me, don't be an idiot, there's somebody bigger than you, and I get hurt. And I said to myself, why do I record unnecessary psychological facts? Is it for safety? Is it for security? And I see it's not. Because it's built on thought. Right? So I discover you can do the thing instantly or take a long time. With the speaker, it was instant. You understand? This is nothing strange. And so you didn't record. Speaker had a flattery from everybody, worshipped by blah, blah, all that kind of stuff. Don't record all that stuff. Why should you? And therefore from that I say, watch. Watching is an action in which thought has no place at home, because you have understood the limitation of thought. Right? And that watching is complete attention, without the words, without the thought. And you can go much further in that. Not now, I can't go into it now, but you can go infinitely far in that direction, as you have done in the technological world. Right? That energy has been spent there necessarily. Spend that energy here too. You understand? But we don't, because we get hurt. The image that we have built about ourselves prevents this movement which is infinite in the other direction. Right? It's up to you, sirs. I offer this. It may be wrong. You have the right to question it. You have the right to say what nonsense, anything, but examine it before you kick it.